Hi everybody, it's Kathy from Huckleberry Herbs and Art, and I'm here to show everyone the ink company that I've chosen to do business with. It's an American company, so all of these inks and products that go with are from America. And this company, Color Box, I'm sure you've heard of them and probably used some of them before. They have been around for quite a while, producing and giving jobs to Americans, and that way I can be assured what the product has in it, where it's coming from, and that I'm supporting American workers. So Colorbox has a lot of colors. They've been around for quite a while, and I have chosen to put two of the petal points. Now these are Pigment Inks, and I will be trying to do some demonstrations for you on the inks that I have in the store, so look forward to those. But Pigment Ink dries more slowly than dye ink, and some people don't use pigment ink because they think that there's less that you can do with it, but it actually leaves a very clear image because it acts a little more like paint. It's pigment, so it lays on top of the paper. Yes, you need to dry it, whether you put it to the side or take your heat gun and heat it up. Your choice, but I really like working with pigment inks, and they do. You can put a little water on a brush and watercolor with them. So there's a lot of good reasons to use pigment ink, including all of the different color choices, and that it's in America. So I got the primary colors, and these are great because they slide out and you can use whatever color you want and keep it all in one neat tray, and yet with one purchase get a lot of colors. So I decided to put one primary and one of, they're calling this Easter egg, but it's a pastel version, so some nice pretty pastel colors. So I will have those petal point pigment inks to have fun with in the store. I will also be putting regular sized stamp pads of the pigment black, and Color Box has a really nice white I'll show you in a moment too that works wonderfully on colored paper. And then here is the Archival Dye, and this is the dye ink that dries fast, and a lot of us use it for stamping, but the pigment ink actually leaves a more clear image. So I have the Archival Dye, and I did research. I know there's a lot of other companies out there, but you know, some of them are clear across the other side of the ocean, so I put it that way. They are not in America, and Color Box has a great reputation, been around a long time, has been doing business in the United States for many, many years, and that's what they do. They do inks, and the people were very lovely and kind to me when I called them up to request to do business with them, and I hope that you're glad that they'll be in the huckleberryherbs.com. I also have the refill for the dye ink. That's the more fast drying one that many of us are used to. And I have the black pigment ink, and that has a refill. I have also decided to put up this, what they call a queue, which is of the dye inks. So here's some basics in the dye inks with the blues, the greens, more of a turquoise, a plum, a yellow, and a red. So if you want to just order up one of these queues of dye ink. As far as refills for all these go, basically the company, and I think many of the companies, because some of us have trouble getting our refills for our inks, they don't sell as much as they sell the pads, and they don't want to produce all these and let them sit there on shelves for years and dry out. So I can get any of the inks that I have in the store refills, but I have to order a certain amount of them, and they consider it a custom order for me to do so. So I think one at a time I will order some of the basic refills, like having the black dye and the black pigment ink. As far as pigment inks go and cues, they call this a cue, where they have the cat's eye in packaged groupings, and you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here is a lovely, again, more pastel. It has light lavenders and lilacs, and a lighter lilac. It has white. It has a more of a bubblegum pink and a little bit more of a light shabby pink. I will be back to do demonstrations of many of these. I have also decided to add these cute little minis. So they're bigger than the cat's eye, smaller than the regular size. And they're really great because they fit right in your hand. Now these are pigment, but again, I'm sticking to the basics. I have gold, silver, and I really like the color box metal colors. They do a fine job. And this lovely frost white, which I've watched a lot of videos, a lot of people like the color box pigment white. Does a great job on black and dark cardstock, and I love to stamp in white on dark cardstock, so I'll be demonstrating that. And because that is a basic that I think I'll use a lot, I've ordered the Pigment Frost White refill to go with the minis. And just to bring it up another notch, I've also ordered some more of the cat's eyes in Plum Berry. So it's a true plum color. I don't know how it's showing up on your screen. A shabby pink. A lovely pool. Pistachio. And cranberry. And as I said, I will put up some videos using these, and I hope you enjoy shopping at huckleberryherbs.com, where you can get your papers, your stamps, your dyes, your ink, some laces, a little bit of doodad, and be off and on your way with your craft projects. And again, as much as I can, made in America. Okay, everybody, I'll be back with more and demonstrations, and I hope you're enjoying your day. This is Kathy from Huckleberry Herbs and Art. Till next time, God bless.